It's Friday the 13th of July and we're waiting for the ferry to take us from this side of Hardangerfjord to Jondal, and I can't pronounce the place we're in, but it's a stunning day again here. We left Bergen and it's just beautiful, and we're waiting for the ferry. It's a beautiful spot. It's amazing. This is a fjord off of Hardangerfjord, which I can't pronounce. We're at a village called Lothus, which I probably haven't pronounced right, but it's amazing, and we're camping here tonight. Beautiful roof tent, and we've had camping stag bowl, which has been an amazing night, all day, or evening. It's evening, and tomorrow we're going to go and do a 4 waterfall walk slightly up the fjord. And then Sunday we're going to go and do the Trolltunga walk, which will also be amazing. Today, and we're going on a 4 waterfall walk just outside Kinsarvik at the end of the Hardangerfjord. It's an incredible spot. This is the first of the waterfalls. It's just majestic. Continuing our waterfall walk, and probably the most impressive waterfall about to come. I can't keep doing this because I might fall over, but yeah, we'll video again in a minute. They say this is one of the most beautiful hikes in Norway. So here we are at the next waterfall, which is, yeah, pretty amazing. And yep, we have got to walk up the side of it to go and find the 3rd waterfall. Probably getting too much of this waterfall, but yeah, it's fairly amazing. Sorry, more video. It's just so incredible. The amount of water rushing over, and then the view back down the valley. So we're about to view our 3rd waterfall. Beautiful place. We've just stopped here for lunch. And then just beyond is the 4th waterfall, so we've got a little bit of walking to do yet, but it's a glorious day, and this is a beautiful spot. So we're at the top of the waterfall. We're really quite close, which is very exhilarating and really quite scary. The force of the water just meters from us, gushing over the side to total oblivion. We're holding on to each other for dear life. But as you can see, this is an absolutely tremendous spot. Yeah, it's slightly scary. There's another waterfall up there, which we'll see in a minute. Hello. So our route now crosses this river to go and get to the 4th and final waterfall. Looks interesting. Let's follow him across. He's going a bit slow. Oh my gosh, not sure I like this. Oh, this is scary. Bloody hell, have you seen the water in there? another surreal part of it. It's been a lush wood with incredible flowers, and we're just going to come up to the bottom of the fourth and final waterfall. Let's hope he doesn't fall in. So we were sat at the base of that, and we've come back through that tiny little wood there with amazing flowers, and along here and over the boulders and over the scary bridge, and the views are just amazing. And we're at the snow line, and we've still got to get back down. So having climbed up the Rufty Tufty route, we're going to go down the Namby Pamby route, but we don't care, we're old and we've got dodgy knees.
And it's 5 o'clock.
And it's 5 o'clock. But you're getting different views, so absolute pleasure. Wow. Sunday 15th July, we're doing the Trolltunga walk, and we're looking across to the Jondal Glacier on the other side of the fjord. And Andrew's enjoying the walk. So we've walked from the saddle over here, good kilometres walk along here, if not a bit longer, and we've just come up onto this second saddle, and the view has opened up before us. Our goal is somewhere around here somewhere, but yeah, this is why we do it. Hello.
Hello.
And there's the glacier again. Third biggest glacier in Europe over there.
So it's nearly 1 o'clock on the Sunday, 15th of July, as mentioned earlier, and we've made it to our turning back point. Got a bit of a health and safety nightmare going on here, but the view is amazing. Glacier in the distance. Bit of a lake. People walking out without any railings or harnesses.
So just packing up from a beautiful second night stay here at a Loftus campsite. So we'll have a walk round, see how gorgeous it absolutely is. As you can imagine, the evening views are amazing. It doesn't get dark at all, and this is the day after our epic 15-mile walk, and the sun has managed to find every last bit of my skin that managed to avoid sun cream, including my bottom lip. So I look like some sort of contestant from Love Island. Anyway, yes, absolutely stunning views. I mean, why would we want to leave? I'm just hoping the rest of Norway is as beautiful, and I'm sure that it is. And how else to tour Norway but in a Land Rover with a roof tent? Tuesday 17th July, we're in Flam. We were going to do Norway in a nutshell, but having driven through Voss and driven down one of the valleys that you drive up in a bus, we thought, well, we've done that. So instead we're going for a ferry out to Gudvangen and back, and then train up to Myrdal and then back. So it'll be a much more relaxed day. Beautiful morning, beautiful sunrise, beautiful spot. Speak later. So we're just leaving Flam on our boat trip round to Gudvangen, and there's a very large ship. And there's a biking festival at Gudvangen this week, so that should be quite exciting. Season sailor over here. Still on our little cruise up the fjord, and we're just turning the corner out of the fjord that flams into the main fjord before we then take a left turn into the fjord that leads to Gudvangen. Absolutely stunning. Just seen an impressive waterfall there, completely gushing at the top. Fjord look. And here we go. This is how to watch the scenery. You watch it on your phone watching you. Yeah, interesting. It's all he's been doing the whole journey.
Morning viewers, it's Wednesday the 18th of July, about 9:30. Didn't think there's been enough film of the Land Rover, so anyway, there's some. Been admired greatly. We're by the side of a road, main road in fact, and you can hear how quiet it is. Beside the fjord that we sailed up yesterday morning, and a bit of rain this morning. Now the sun's come out and the fjord looks magnificent with the low clouds, glass-like water, and then these ladies of the lake. Now, there's a story about that, but we'll tell you it in person. But it is amazing. If I could zoom in and work out how to zoom in, I would, but I don't seem to be able to. So, half an hour after the last bit of footage, we're coming up this mountain road to miss the world's longest tunnel. But this mountain road is worth going over. It's fairly spectacular. And again, we're still. This is the fjord that we sailed along yesterday. And that's how we turned the corner. Not sure how much was filmed yesterday. But there's a road with lots of hairpin bends. No crash barriers, as you can see, and magnificent views of this fjord. I'm feeling a bit wobbly now, and there's some strange woman taking photographs. Flom is down there where we stayed last 2 nights, and this is the fjord again, and there's the little cruise boats, one of which we went on yesterday. They do look tiny. In fact, they're so tiny I can barely see them. Yeah, and the clouds this morning are, after the rain, quite spectacular. There we are, that's probably enough of that. Anyway, all good. Later that same morning, we are now at the top of the pass, and at the height of Ben Nevis. But we've driven up, and views are different, but they are less fjordy and more mountainousy. Still some snow on the tops of the mountains, and a baby crying, obviously. People are camping up here. But then we've got the views going forward as well. Okay, so it's Thursday morning, well, lunchtime. We're about to do something like this. I think we're going to go up rather than down. It's one of our guides. Possibly not quite as quick as that. Who knows? Cake's ready to go. Our boat trip was to go to Glacier. And rogue is safe, so this is good. So, Kate's having a go. Hopefully, look it up there. Perhaps more later. Progress is being made. Oh, bit of a tumble. Top, now she's going down.
Okay, now you can move back. The next hand up. One of the hands up. Higher. Higher. Yeah. Yeah. And the other one. Move. Wait. Yeah. So you know you can just do the bit. Okay. Now on the Hillary strip.
There's a few moves. No more.
Come down.
Okay, so we've climbed up from where we were ice climbing, and now we have an ice cave, which is changing every day, obviously, as the glacier melts. Anyway, there it is.
As high as we climb, you see the shoulder coming around here. Very hairy climbing, man. Lovely view back down the valley. An amazing glacier.
Morning viewers, Friday morning, about 11:30. This is today's view. Mountain road taking us north. It's about 70 kilometres long. We're about a third of the way along. And the mountains around here are about 7,000 feet high. There's our intrepid explorer, who's been unusually quiet as she has ulcers. Poor love. Yeah, these are the backsides of the tall mountains, snow on all year round. Slightly busy mountain road, not quite like the Iceland roads. But amazing all the same. Next viewpoint, it's only about 10 minutes after the last one, but we thought we better stop to see the little glaciers that are here. One of these is Norway's highest mountain, so my guide tells me, but I'm not sure which one. The same viewpoint, just a little bit more. So probably very boring, but never mind. So it's now a few hours later, same day, and we're now at about nearly 5,000 feet, having driven up to, I think it's Europe's highest toll road, 1,500 feet. That's way higher than Ben Nevis. Our final destination today is down there, at that fjord down there. This is an amazing viewpoint. We're yeah, about the snow line. That's the road that we've been travelling on, which we're going to head down that way on very shortly. We haven't done that bit yet. We're parked down there somewhere, and this viewpoint is actually suspended, and it's quite a long way down. That's why I'm talking so funny, because I don't really like standing here, because we're quite high up, and Kate tried to come over, but she's too scared. Come on, it's quite safe. It bounces a bit, but I think it's quite safe.
Where's the second time? Oh my gosh, I can't.
We're not on our own, but it's worth it for the view, and obviously we're above the clouds as well, which you probably noticed. And it's just whimpering.
I'm not looking down. I can't look down.
No, if you look down, it makes you feel quite ill. Morning viewers, Saturday morning, 9:45. This is Grange, something like that, fjord. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to have a little cruise, and then we're going to be dropped off somewhere along there on the left hand side and walk back. This is supposed to be the classic fjord trip. It was a good night, didn't we? Very busy campsite right by the fjord side, but it was very quiet, as all the campsites here are. Very well organised, and we're looking forward to today very much. There's lots of trolls here. Big thing about trolls. Wherever you go, there's a statue of a troll. And you see them. Not this guy here. That statue over there. So we have now
Vennligst
set
Erik
sail.
kjent med hver nødutganger og brannslukkingsapparater. Det er godt merkte, og veggkart rundt om i fartøyet viser hva de er. Vi vil minne om at røyking er strengt forbudt ombord på fartøyet. Takk, og ny turen på Geiranger fjord.
If the captain sounds the alarm, put on a life jacket immediately. Life rafts are stored in cylindrical containers on deck. If we should need to evacuate the vessel, the crew will unpack the life raft.
How we managed. Alright, let's look further on. Get a real sense of how the village there. It's the only flat bit of land around. It's the only place around as well for miles. It's quite isolated. Steep switchback roads to get to it on both sides. Turn the little, well, apart from this little village here, of course, and then that's the regular car ferry coming into Grange, and then around this way. This sailing ship has just come into port. It's extremely close. Faster now, add a little more action to the view as we head into the deep side of the fjord. Hopefully we don't meet a cruise ship come around the corner. They do sail up here and dock at Grange, which is not the correct pronunciation, it's anyone we can manage. We've got an easy day today. our first, or no, our second meal out this evening, as the only a second because it's so expensive. It's still about, cheapest we can find is about 30 quid a head. So as promised, Norway is exceptionally expensive, but as we've bought most of our own supplies, it's not been too bad. But worth it for the scenery. The scenery has been absolutely amazing, whether it's on the boat or in the car. It's all fairly amazing for the whole of the time we've been here. There's really no boring bits of Norway. Doesn't look like there's any cruise ships coming, so that's okay. There have been some warning horns which we've heard this morning, which they have around here because there is risk of tsunami, because there's a mountain cliff that's going to fall into the fjord at some point and cause an 80-metre high tsunami down into Granger where we're staying, which would obviously completely obliterate the campsite. But none of the locals seem to be bothered about the horns, so we can imagine it's just a test. You know, but for the grace of God, go we. And so far, doesn't seem to be any big waves coming. In fact, it's calm as a mill pond. Quite a lot of cloud today, as you can see. However, it's actually very pleasant temperature, if you're interested in that sort of thing. Which if you're Rosie or Harry, you're probably not. But clouds hanging, just for the purposes of recording, and to remind us that Harry, of course, at this time is in where is Harry? Vietnam now, I think, and I hope he's having a good time. And Rosie obviously is managing the shop. She's done a good job on that, and she did too. I was very pleased that she did. Not surprisingly, it's been a holiday of waterfalls, fjords, tunnels and bridges and mountains. Tunnels particularly reminded us, well, some of them are a bit like the ones in the Faroe Islands. Not that they're single lane, but some of them are not lit, which is a bit scary, particularly when you're driving on the right. Yeah, I hate the tunnels. Some of them are pretty long as well. The world's longest tunnel is here. We avoided that actually, went over a mountain road, which was the intention anyway. So at least we didn't meet it on the corner. It's not the biggest of cruise ships, but even so, here we are. That's sailing into port, so Granger will be heaving by the time we get back, no doubt. What we find is that these places are really quiet, quite pleasant. All the time there isn't a cruise ship in, but once it comes in, it gets completely overrun by a few thousand extra people. That's actually quite a small one compared to some of the ones we've seen. So dropping Explorer, and then we've got this guy here who's really annoying Kate, because she's standing right in front of where she's sitting. But I think this is happy. What do you expect? So we've now joined, we've come up the arm of the fjord and or leg. This bit of rock here, this big crack in it, is the one that's going to fall in at some point. So we're 85 kilometres away from the open sea here. That's how long these fjords are. I promise you this is the last bit of this fjord. Oh, there's that waterfall again in the distance. We're now going back down the same fjord that we were sailing up earlier. Just a U-turn by that rock that's going to fall in at some point. We are heading to the point where we start the walk. Now, we'd imagined it was a walk along the fjord side, but of course with these steep cliffs, naively we were wrong clearly, and we're going to have to climb up the top somehow, but we're told there's a well-marked path. So that should be interesting. We'll let you know how we get on, no doubt. More later. So we couldn't see the mooring for our hiking spot, but there really isn't one. It's just a couple of tyres at the side of the fjord. The boat just comes up alongside, and we jump off the front. And that's it. It's a point of no return. They're now going, and we're left to go up this sheer cliff face, which is a bit daunting. But I think there is a path the other way. So yeah, we're about halfway up this sheer cliff face. It's fortunate that there's some natural ledge, plus some hand railings where it's particularly exposed, like here. Hello. Apparently this goes up to a farm, and when the last farmer was here, they were Christian and they had 11 children, and every Sunday the farmer's wife would get the 11 children, carrying most of them, or at least some of them, down this path and then row to church, wherever that was. Garanga, we think is the correct pronunciation. Down this path. We're on a level bit here, but it's all very steep apart from here. And then row to church, then row back, and then get them all back up to the farmhouse, which we are not at yet. They're the Seven Sisters waterfalls, but because it's so dry this year, there's only 4 sisters. We've still got to get up there somewhere. You might get some more later.
So this is the route up. How the farmer's wife did it with 10 kids and a baby.
11. 10 and a baby.
Or 9 and a baby.
Oh, it was 10. I was told the view was 11. There we are. So we've climbed up to the farm. Apparently had 120 goats up here, and some cows. The farmer's wife used to tie the children to a boulder when they were out here playing, so they didn't fall over the edge. And here comes a fairly large cruise ship that looks tiny. Not a bad place to be on a Saturday morning. That's up here, not on the cruise ship. Oh no, definitely not on the cruise ship. Been put off it completely. In a minute now, she's going to burst into the sound of music. The hills are alive with sound. No, wrong country, I know, but it's a bit alpine-esque. So there's Kate and a cruise ship, a fjord and a mountain. I'm just going to go out of view. Oh no, stay there. Oh dear, which way do I go? That way or that way? That way. You can just see that she's to the left of Kate is a pulley system, which I guess the farmers used to pull up various stuff from the fjord, because there is no road to here. The route to this farm is from the fjord. Grass roofs, like in Torshavn on the Faroe Islands. Presumably no electricity. I'm sure. Yeah, no phone. Our route up is through the trees there, up to the top somehow. Anyway, hopefully it'll be well, it'll be interesting. Whatever. Alright, more of the cruise ship. Just come to the top of the pulley system. That wire that's going down through the centre of the screen. It goes all the way down to the fjord. Yes, a sheer drop beneath me. So we're getting quite a lot from today. So there's our boat on its second round trip, having disgorged another lot of intrepid hikers. And we've just come to quite an interesting bit, which is really quite close to the edge, and Kate's enjoying it immensely, because it is a sheer drop straight down, and there isn't a handrail. There is a handy hawser to hang on to, and you're enjoying it very much, aren't you? Yeah. Yes, I think we have stopped swearing now anyway. There's the farm down there, where we were earlier, and hopefully fairly soon we'll be at the top. Well, we may well be in cloud when we get to the top, and then presumably it is then just a ridge walk back to Garange. Welcome back, viewers. It's 1:30 now in the afternoon, and we've walked almost the length of the fjord that we sailed along with our campsite down there in view in still don't know how to pronounce it. Garanga, that's it. Which the port is a hive of activity. The two cruise ships are moored up. The car ferry is the further one over there, just about to dock. And then this little cruise ship's just come in too. He's looking for someone to moor up, by the looks of things. And then there's the sailing boat also. About to have some stuff that were bought from the bakery this morning.
Some cranberry and white chocolate scones.
Excellent. Sounds. If I brought the Trangier, we could have had a cup of tea with it, but never mind. This is, I think I've already shown you this, but this is the route tomorrow. Excellent. Had a great walk, and still got quite a lot of height to lose actually before getting back down to fjord level. Anyway, so the end of a epic bit of videoing. 3 o'clock, back at the campsite. Look at that, isn't that magnificent? And we're about to go and have a shower, and probably have a cup of tea and a little doze, to be honest, before we have our special meal out. But this is the view from where we are situated at the campsite. Fantastic walk, brilliant walk. Best one so far actually. I reckon 6:45 in the morning on Monday. We had a travelling day yesterday, so although it was amazing, didn't have the video camera. Having got up at 6:45 this morning and walked up to here, 1.7 kilometres, we are going to walk the Bressingham Ridge, which means getting this boat out across the lake and then back up over the ridge, which is an ascent of nearly 2,000 feet. Some fairly tough scrambling bits and a knife edgy bit, looks fairly benign, and then back down again. It's about 15 kilometres, oh, Kate's getting nervous because I'm not in the queue, so I will go and join her.
And we're on our way to the start of our mixed epic hike.
Right, so now it's it's 20 past 8. And we've climbed up to 1,000, what was it? Feet or metres? I thought it was metres. Yeah, we're at 1,500 metres now. We started at 500 metres. We started at 1,000, so we've done 500 metres in the last hour. It's not bad. Here's Kate, show us your wrist. I can't remember whether we said, but Kate's got a suspected broken bone in her wrist from a fall on the day where I did lots of video. Right at the end of the walk. But anyway, she's bandaged, self-medicated, and self-diagnosed which bone it is, etc. I know I've already. So it's about 10 past 9, and we've come along the ridge a little bit. Not the ridge proper is over there. That looks like that's the scary bit, if you can see that, but we're just warming ourselves up for that. It's a lovely, beautiful day. It's warm in the sun, but the air is cold, hence we have jumpers on. The last bit of video was taken from that high point there, where I think you can see some people. We've got this amazing vista of snow-capped mountains, glacier over there, and the lake down here where the returning boat just shuttles backwards and forwards. You basically, it's an end-to-end walk, so you take 6 to 8 hours to do it, which is what we expect to do, but the record apparently is 1 hour 16 minutes. We've already been going an hour and a half. Okay, just gone 10:30. We're at base camp effectively now. No messing about. We've had a lovely ridge walk, but now, along with everyone else, we have to get up there, which looks okay, and then up a level bit, and then up there, which looks a bit interesting. We're just having some Snickers to sustain us while we consider the challenge ahead of us. So 11 o'clock, I don't know why the time is important, but give you some sense of perspective as to how long it was since the last bit. That's where we started. well, it wasn't actually. We started at the campsite, walking up the road. Then we did get a lift up the last little bit, and then obviously we got the boat along the lake. And there's Kate taking some photographs. I'm not going to be in it. Ah! And then this view over here has opened up. We've scrambled up the easy bit, and now we're just on a level bit here before we go up this bit, which will be into the abyss. Very interesting. Okay, Kate, without swearing, would you like to tell our viewers what that ridge climb was like? It's 11:30, by the way.
I haven't stopped shaking it. It was scary. Yeah. Flipping heck, it was awful.
There was quite a lot of swearing, I have to say, in front of children as well. Yeah, there was one particular bit that was very exposed and very steep. The rest was okay, but yeah, it was very interesting. But now, well, the views just get better and better. Yeah, as we were, we can now see our campsite. We're that high enough up, I don't know whether you can see that in the distance. So we walked from there this morning to pick up the boat. Now it's just a gentle stroll, dip down, scramble up onto the highest point, and probably have lunch on there, which will be an interesting leftovers, cold chili made with chorizo, what are they called? Marifat peas and beans. It's all very new age. Anyway, looking forward to that. It was very nice last night. So we've just come off the peak there where we were having lunch and gave the last report, and we've just come across a small herd of reindeer, which is rather nice. I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't actually see if I'm filming the right thing or not. Anyway, there they are. So at 3:30, 8 hours after we started, we're back where we started. Enjoying some celebratory crisps and non-alcoholic cider, and Kate's wrist just about survived, but got quite a lot of swelling now. But anyway, I'm sure that'll sort itself out. That was a great walk, and the sun's come out again now that we've finished it, which is really nice actually, because the cloud cover actually was excellent while we were walking. That's all the way along there, and then down there somewhere. Brilliant day's walk, and now spam fritters, mashed potato and baked beans for a celebratory dinner.